Hello friend, I am Santosh Kumar Singh, Microsoft.NET developer, and today we are going to discuss about function. What is function in CSharp? Okay. So first of all, function is a block of a statement through which we can perform a particular operations. Means we can, if you want to perform a operation again and again, that time we create a function. Suppose that we have calculated 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 number, whatever, it's need to many times. That time we are going to create a function through which we can perform this operation. Okay, what is syntax of function? Function syntax is access modifier, return types, method name, and parameter list. It is the optionals and body of a statement. Here we can write the logic, what will be the now type of function in C sharp. So what is type, how many function in C sharp? There are two types of function in C sharp. One is the static function and another one is the second one is the non-static function. So what is static function? A static function, when you create a function, that time we need to write just like here I show the access modifier. After then we write the static if we need create the static function. Okay, so static, what is it actually did? It actually done this function called by the class name. Okay, and known as static function. What is known as static function? This function is called by the object of class. Okay, so it is the better understanding and good. We should move to the practically because we are more focused on the practical things. So let's go in Visual Studio. Okay, now actually I have already opened Visual Studio. It's 2017 and I think Visual Studio is already installed in your system. Now we are going to some program and implement practically what we need to do. Okay, so here here is the I create a class, its name the detail. Okay, now I create a methods. What is method syntax? Access modifier. Access modifier means public, private, protected internal and protected internal. There are 5 types of access modifier in C sharp. What is use of access modifier? It's provide the access where it will be access or not. If you did not write anything, then it will become private. In C sharp or in a class, if you not specify any access modifier, that time it's become the private. Okay, so here I define the public. Void is also, it did not return any types, and so means is the method name. Okay, method name will be should we always mind when we are going to create of any method, that time we method or function, that time we should mind the method or function name should be meaningful. Okay, so means here just like, so we have to need to display something. So just I pass here message console dot write line, this is the function class. Okay, another I create the add method, right? So here it's the public void add and take parameter int a and int b. Here we did not take any parameter, means we no need to create a take parameter. It's depend our requirement. If you need requirement, we have to use some pass parameter, then that time we create, otherwise it's okay. It is the, we can show the without parameter methods, and it is the parameterized method. We can also categorize functions. Okay, so here I take 2 parameter. We take lots of parameter. It is not foundation what we have to do. Okay, so I take 2 and then I create another variable names result, and take here the it's calculate here addition, because name add means addition of some things. So here a and b, a plus b, and I put this result in result, and now here I print the result. The addition of a and b is a result. Okay, so here it will be output. Now another is the subtraction, and here we show that say the static. means I in we already told you that there are two types of methods, non-static and static. So its top two method is a non-static because we did not use any static keyword, but here we can see that we create the static keyword. Okay, so it is the static methods, and this method will be called by the name of the class. Okay, so how we can do practically, just like when I need to if you want to call this show and add method, that time we need to create object of the class. So how to create object of class? Just provide the detail class name obj details and equal to new detail. Okay, now ob here just provide the obj and obj dot so we can see here add and show two method is showing, but subtraction is not showing because we are called because a static method is called by the class name. So here I call the non-static method. Okay, here I first want to call the show method. So it not need if you want to call add method, then so okay, it's depend, all thing is our requirement, we are not foundation anything. So okay, second is the add, and what is the requirements? Here we can say that it's required two parameters. So I provide here the 100 and 50. Okay, and write it. Now I want to call the non-static methods, means subtract method. Here we can say, so how do? I call the detail dot show subtraction. Here we can see it's again also require the parameter, so I just passed in the two parameters. Okay, and now when I call these things, then we will get appropriate output according to our requirements. Okay, so let's see what output will we do. It's take something sometimes. So now I one thing is also achieved here, function overloading. Means what is function overloading? Function overloading means one name of the method but different type of argument, known as function overloading or method overloading. We can say same name of the method or function but different type of argument, known as function overloading. Okay, so it's take just few seconds. Actually I think my system is slow, but output will becomes just little bit, I think. Just I done. And how do I do these things? So let's create of the function overloading. Just what is function overloading? Just like means same name of function but different type of parameter or argument. Okay, so how suppose that I have a functions name is the addition. Just we are going to just suppose that is take two parameter int a and int b, and right here again I create this methods, and I write here through here I achieve these things, and suppose that I create here and it's take one is the suppose that it's roll number and another is the not these things it will be not good. Here we can declare float b, so through which we can achieve the function overloading. So I do this thing in practically, it will be better thing. And here we can say the this is the function classes, and the addition of a and b is 50 and subtraction of 17, because we pass the param value as here, as we can see here is the just call without parameter, here pass the value, so it's come to the output is the 50, sorry, addition of the 150 and subtraction 200 and minus 30, so it will be goes to 170. Okay, now I move to the another examples in these things. What example means? Method overloading. This it is the method overloading, it's goes to the polymorphism. And what is polymorphism? Polymorphism means one object can represent different way, known as polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism. One is the method overloading and compile time and runtime. Compile time overloading is achieved by the method overloading, and runtime overloading means the inheritance concept we can achieve this thing. Okay, so it will be in detail later video we will discuss this thing, but here I just explaining method, so that's why I try to understand method overloading. So just I just write me not more thing. I need to just here I explain what is the actually what I want to say. That just I copy paste and I pass here the int c, and just I place here c. Okay, and result will be a and b, a comma b and c, here just write. Okay, and now another I just put this thing int a and float b. Okay, float b, and its result will be float. Okay, and addition of a and b is float number, is float number. Okay, so just here I create, and now how to call these things here, just here let's just so we can see here how to call obj detail dot add. Here we can see overloading functions. One is the take int a and float b, another is the take the int a and b, both is the integer, and here say int a, int b and c, means 3 parameters take. Second is the take the int a and int b, 2 parameter, but method name is the same. And here take is the int a and float b, but method name is the same. So if you want to additions of these two numbers, first here write here the float, so when we are calling these things, so and if you want to call the just like with 10 comma 5 comma 20, it is the third function will be called. Okay, so this concept is the method overloading. Okay, so it will be now I think you will understand all things. Okay, just I revise. So what is function? Function is a block of a statement through which we can achieve or perform a particular operations. There are what is the syntax of the function? Function syntax is access modifier, return type, and here write the add program, so int a, int b and int c, and it is the parameter, and it is the optional. We can if we need, then pass the parameter, otherwise not need. And here is the body of the functions, and we also discuss about the function means method overloading, same name of the method but different type of argument, known as method overloading or function overloading. One thing is also here I did not just write the void, but we can also write the methods, these things we can return type maybe be method, so detail just like, or we can also write the just like so name, just pass the so okay. So how do I do this thing? Just think, I return the some things. I return just like I provide here name, so I need to return name here. Okay, and if you want to perform, we can return any integer also. It's not just like suppose that I want to calculate or multiply two number multiplication. Okay, and now here int a and int b. So how do I do? Because why it's provide now, why providing it? Because it's, so we can say that, so we did not know, not all code path return a value, so here need to returns a value. Suppose we know directly, it depend on our requirement what we can return directly or not, and equal to a multiplication b. Okay, now I return a result. Okay, so now suppose that I want to call this thing, it is the non-static method, so directly called by the object of the class. So here I called these things just like obj, and here so name, so and so name. Here I require a string thing, so I just pass Santosh Kumar Singh. Okay, so now, and another method is the objects also is the multiplication. So here I put two things, two values, just normal example I just take. So here it's called. Okay, so and what is return type? We can see here what it is written in integer. Here I write it is return a string value, and when you move to the cursor of the add method, then it's return void just before name of the methods. Just here see a string and it return integer. So I, if you want to display this value, just it's put in the result multiplication. Okay, so I just put here, and if you print a string value, so you just print the name. Okay, and now if you want to print these things, so we can just write console.write line and print the name of the name is name. Okay, and just like multiplication is the multiplication maybe spelling is missing, maybe result multiply. Okay, and when you write this thing, then you will got the output. Okay, so these things it will be better things, just like I want to run these things. Let's see, it's just take a few seconds and few minutes for showing the output. So in this way also we can achieve the operation and perform the operations in methods. It's very important things, just like here we can see the output of these things. So here is the function first, and the last name is the Santosh Kumar Singh, and multiplication is 200 and subtraction is it's the old methods. Okay, so thank you friends for watching this video, and I think have a good day to you. Thank you, thanks a lot.